Join Dalton and Jacob as they discuss the ever-changing world of trading card games. TCG Buzz starts now.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dalton, back at it again with that ginger from over there.
Oh no, I forgot which button it is. All my buttons are wrong on my device.
Well, they're not wrong. There's just something wrong with our program we're using.
Yeah, we got to spend a little bit of time before we got started doing some troubleshooting, but I think we got it working.
We'll see. Let us know. Let us know in chat.
So Dalton,
Yeah?
we have to explain what we're doing right now, but I think we should also explain the rest of today.
Yes.
So would you like to take?
Right now, we're going to be talking about the two ultimate boosters that have all their cards released that are be coming out. What is it? September and October? Yeah, that seems right. Yeah, September and October. So we'll talk about those. Then we're going to do another live stream about the one, the only Lost World. We were once lost, but now we're even more lost because Lost World's a thing. And then the last one. Oh no, or am I skipping one? Am I skipping one?
Order.
It might not be in the right
TBD.
order. Might not be in the right order. But then we have to talk about something we predicted a little bit ago. What was that? About 3 months, 4 months ago? This next one?
Just under 5.
Just under 5. So 4 months. Good job. 4.5 months, let's say. About the ending of Dragoborn. Let's get back into our.
Wait,
Correct.
hang on. We're doing 3 live streams in one day. Are you saying it's a festival? A festival? It's a live stream festival?
I didn't realize you were such a big fan of Kaido.
I mean, he's fun. It sucks because the only issue I have is our buttons are flipped over what I think they would be, so I keep to switch to you. I keep switching to myself when I'm already on myself. All right, so we're gonna cover both. Have you decided which you want to cover first?
Well, obviously, we got to talk about those Miracle Fighters since they're going to be the ones coming out first, right?
I think it's other way.
Is it? Are you sure?
I think so.
I don't think so.
Why don't we let chat decide?
Chat decide. Which one would you like to come out first?
Come out first.
Yes.
So yeah, let us decide quickly. First person who says one of the 2 sets in chat, we'll go with that one. See, people do like the festival thing.
I never doubted the festival. I just was surprised.
We get Electrodeities in chat, so I guess that's it.
Yeah. Which comes out September 14th, 2018. Ooh. Coming soon, baby. Coming soon. So we're going to talk about a few cards. A few in Dungeon, a few in Katana. Surprise, surprise, those are the only 2 worlds supported. But I want to start off with the dual world card. Miracle Fighters.
Well, I went to go
Oh, good job.
on my phone.
Don't worry, I got this. I
and
got this.
open up my browser so
So
that.
the Dungeon World Katana World card.
Oh no! I clicked one of the bad cams. Now they'll know that some of our cameras aren't working.
Or not hooked up.
My phone totally froze up when I was trying to look at cards to talk about.
Just get back to me so I can continue talking about this card.
Yeah.
All right, cast cost. Choose an attribute from a card on your field and pay a gauge. And put up to 1 size 3 or item with the same attribute as chosen from the cast cost and add it to your hand. You can only cast it once per turn. I think this is going to be a nice card to be used in all decks across both worlds. You can't argue that. You can throw it into Skull Warriors. You can throw it into water.
It's
You
just
can throw it in.
solid generic support for both worlds. You can't really complain about that.
You can throw it into everything, and it works. That's the best part.
It's kind of weird for us reviewing these essentially extra boosters because there are less cards to choose from, which is why we put them together.
Exactly.
But also, it's not necessarily saying that we're going to play either of these decks.
Mhm.
They're just cards that we're into. Do you want me to take the next one and flip-flop back and forth?
kind of, but I feel like some of the cards we're going to be on the same page about.
Well, I'm going to bring one up.
All right, bring one up.
Wind Electrodeity, Uzu.
Whoa, stop. I said we're going to do dungeon first and then Katana.
We're doing dungeon? Oh, crap. I was not prepared for this. Shows how much I listen, guys. All right, I'll pick up this one. Hexen Ceremony. How about that one?
You already know how I feel about this.
Dalton, can you, without saying a word, just a facial reaction, tell the people what you think about this card? This is dumb. Let's just be honest here. Spell card. Cast cost. Destroy a fairy tale monster on your field. Like you care about that cast cost. Folktale. Did I say fairy tale?
Did say fairy tale.
I'm dumb.
You are dumb.
Oh.
You are dumb. But continue.
Counter. Because of course it's a counter card. Because of course counter destroying a monsters isn't literally the easiest cost in all of Buddy Fight. Counter. Put the top card of your deck into your gauge and then draw 2 cards.
You're telling me that Folktale just got a counter bonus quest?
I mean, pretty much. Pretty close. Another way to think about it is they just got basically a double Osira guard.
How is it a double? You're only putting 1 card from gauge.
Yeah, you missed the second gauge, but honestly, the draws are more
bonus
important.
quest, man. Because bonus quest is you discard a size 2 or greater to then proceed to put the top card of your deck in the gauge and draw 2 cards. Unless it's 2 gauge, but it could be. It's been a while. I haven't played Knights in a minute.
All right.
But basically, the first thing that comes to my mind is, how am I going to somehow fit Folktale and Knights together?
Oh, no.
Because, of course, that's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Because it's too good. It's too good not to run. Oh, it's so stupid. I'm sorry.
Guys, send us your Knight Folktale deck list.
Folk Knights. Pending the patent.
Patent pending. Copyright registered. Dalton Ibuaka Industries.
That's also pending as well.
Oh. All right. Do you have another one?
Do I have another one? I gotta look at it again. Actually, where is it? Where is she? There she is. Brave woman of Bloodspear, Lady Wallachia. Hopefully, I did not murder that name. You got a size 3 adventurer knight, 6,000 power, 2 crit, 6,000 defense. Call cost. Put a knight in your drop zone, into its card soul, and pay a gauge. Did I say this was a size 3? That's a pretty cheap cost for a size 3, don't you say?
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. For each knight item you have equipped, reduce this card size by 1. And all cards get plus 2,000 power. Well, that solves that. That solves everything, right?
I'm sorry.
The shield could potentially have 3,000 or 5,000 power. Whoa. Okay. And then when a knight item on your field attacks, you gain 1 life and deal 1 damage to your opponent. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's going to be intriguing, especially with El Quixote, being able to stand your item. And if you can stand your El Quixote, you can keep doing shenanigans, and then more OTK. I like it. What do you think? What do you think of Vlad's wife?
I
wait,
mean,
spoilers?
that's not spoilers. Her name's literally Lady Wallachia. I don't know. I'm kind of really digging it right now because of all the Castlevania stuff going around. You know,
Right.
Simon Belmont and Richter in Smash, the new season of the Netflix show. Not sponsored by that, anyways, but I love that
Either
show.
One, either one.
And I'm a big Castlevania fan, so like getting Lady Castlevania basically.
I see.
So thematically, I really like it. Card abilities, pretty decent.
I think it's scary because if you can somehow do an infinite loop of attacks, not even if you can just get like 10 attacks off with just your items alone, that's stupid. Whew. What's your next card?
My
Yeah,
next
another
card is I have not looked at a next card yet, so
Well,
stall
here,
for me for a
I'll
moment.
give you one
Okay, just
Oh.
pretend that Jacob picked this card, guys.
because you know me and one of you guys out there, you'll know who you are when I say this card. I've been waiting for some more support for this archetype. And we finally get a card. Again, Drain Trap. Because, of course, Trap needs more. So you get another spell, Trap Defense. You can only cast it during your opponent's turn. During an attack on your opponent's turn. I wonder why. Cast cost pay gauge, nullify the attack. Then, if you have a trap on your field, destroy a card that attacked you, and you gain 2 life and deal a damage. This seems very familiar to a monster they have. It's like Roan Lamote or something like that. The name's a little fuzzy. But it's fantastico. What you doing over there, Jacob? Did you find a card?
Someone asked if we could bump the audio up a little bit.
Is that better? Let us know.
Let us know.
Otherwise, I can talk like this.
Oh, no.
So what do you think of that nullify that you picked out?
Yeah, I totally picked a great card. I mean, like, I'm not even on camera. No, but traps are really cool. Nice to see them get something that is good without just being like a retrain of one of their cards that already existed, because the cards that already exist are fine.
I don't know. I still think they need some retrains. Maybe Pit. Maybe the female one. Can't remember her name off the top of my head.
You got another one?
Oh, yes. I got to pick another one now, don't I?
Yeah, because I picked the last one, remember? Duh.
Honestly, all the Folktale cards are fantastic, and I'm not going to try to get into all of them and so forth. But I'm going to give you a nitpick instead. So we got the new archetype in Folktales. We got the generic support, I guess, which I don't count for what I'm about to go into here. You have the knight support / adventurer support. You have the trap support. Where's my constructs? Come on, Bushi. Where's construct? I need more construct in my life. I need to construct my life better, so I need more constructs. Come on, Bushi.
Now you know the pain of being a 72 Pillars player.
The worst part is the general support doesn't really help construct at all.
Ouch. I do have one card I want to talk about. Yeah. I got to pull it back up now, though, because I was reading chat. The 7 Dwarves. First of all, it's got really neat art. Like, not necessarily good. I just find it really distinct. Size 1, 1/1/2, Folktale. Pay 1 gauge. When this card enters the field, you gain 1 life and put up to 1 Folktale item from your deck or drop into your hand. If you put from deck, shuffle.
That's a fantastic card. You cannot argue about that. That is fantastic. You could item searcher.
Yeah.
For both drop and deck. Ooh.
I mean, people would run that card if it didn't include the give a life. Like, that's just, a cherry on top of the cake.
No, I think people would have ran in even more if it didn't specify Folktale.
Imagine if it didn't specify item.
Well, besides the fact that all Folktale cards are pretty good, you can't argue about any of them being horrible or anything like that. You want to move on to Katana World?
I do, just because we got, 2 entire sets to go through.
I know.
So we got to move on. There are tons of other really cool Folktale cards, but we're going to move on.
My first card, you already know what this card is. You already know. Guardian Electro Beast Goryu.
I'm sorry, did you just see Chaos Daryl Burke?
Yes, I did. I did say this. But it's only limited to once per turn, so you can't spam it out like Daryl. But yes, in the same sense, you basically check the top 3, you put 1 into your hand, and put the rest of them into your drop zone. Guess what's getting a buff, baby? Water.
Dalton, I mean, let's be honest. You're just looking here. You were looking at every card in this, and you're like, what's good for water the entire time?
Yes. The first thing I'm like, this is going into water. I can use this with Jin Caller from drop, get effect, keep going with combo. Whew. I did some testing with another card in this card. After 2 turns, I had 19 cards left in deck, and I was probably being very minimal on all my stuff.
I don't think it's unreasonable to predict that this card here will be the most expensive triple rare in the set. Because Electrodeity players are absolutely running it. Like you said, water players are going to like it, and it's going to see some
Well, it's going to be
experimentation
Warriors.
in
It's going to
everything.
You're going to run it in everything. It's just a matter of how many copies.
Tries to
Oh, wait,
run
what
it
am
in.
I talking about? It's going to be 4 copies.
Tries to run it in Onis.
You can.
Yeah.
You search out your Oni, you throw Onis into your drop, and then you could do things, shenanigans.
Someone says, no, that's not a Chaos Darrowback. That's a Banquet of the Unrighteous. Either or, it's still OP, man.
I guess.
Still so good.
It doesn't specify monster, it just specifies card.
It's kind of amazing how much toolbox Katana World has now.
Yes, this is true.
Like, it's all limited toolbox. You know, like almost
is
everything
fine.
they have
If
is
it was-
check the top X. You know, outside of water, it's very limited toolboxing. But, like, so much of it now.
Oh, yes. Fantastic toolboxing. So, Jacob, you got a Katana World card?
I do.
Hopefully it's not the card that I really want to talk about.
Let's hope not. It's the one I pulled up earlier. There it is. Wind Electro Deity Uzukaminari.
Correct.
Yeah. Spell card. Electro Deity Destruction. Fire Power. Fire Power. I'm sorry. You may only cast this card if you are equipped with an Electro Deity item with soul. That seems to be the general cost for a lot of their cards, so no big deal, you know. For this turn, the critical of all Electro Deity, not monster, just all of them, on your field cannot be reduced. And when an Electro Deity on your field attacks, destroy a card on your opponent's field and deal 1 damage to your opponent once per turn.
Wait. Loud voice dead confirmed?
That voice dead. You know, unless they have something in their center, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the only thing to stop us. But let's be real. You just destroy the center. All right, destroy it.
Kind of nuts, really, how strong it is. And remember, it's free.
Somewhat.
I mean, it has a restriction, but it's a restriction that, I mean, if you can't pay for that restriction, you're probably losing anyways.
No, if you can't pay for that restriction, you're probably playing Electro Deities wrong. Let's be fair here.
You're playing Buddyfight wrong. Let's be serious.
Wait. This is an interesting thing because the item allows you to counter during the main phases, I believe, to place a Electro Deity from hand on top of it and consider it an item. And I don't remember if they get Soul Guard or not, but they might also have Soul Guard on themselves too. What if you destroy the item? What happens then?
Yes. Next card?
I'm okay with that. Oh, this card right here. Water technique. Mitsuzu. I'm sorry.
You want to try that again?
I don't speak Japanese. Mizumaki Ashi. Sure, it's not right, but it's right. It's a spell.
I just kind of want to hear you continuing to try and pronounce.
It's a ninja art demon way water. Oh, did you hear that last one, guys? I just feel hydrated from that. Water. Cast costs. Destroy a monster on your field. Did I hear Nana say synergy? I think I heard Nana say synergy right there. Counter.
It's almost like they made it a water for a reason.
Counter. Do I hear more synergy?
Again, it's also an Osira Guard style card.
Put the top card of your deck into Gage, gain life. No, it's a Dragon Emperor Legend. What are you talking about?
It's an Osira Guard. It's a Dragon Emperor Legend. It's a water. But wait, there's more. It's
Well, if you really want to get technical, if everything works out right, you've just gained 2 Gauge, gained 1 life, drew a card, got rid of a monster in your opponent's field, and dropped their Gauge by 1.
What's the what's its attributes again?
Ninja arts, so it's searchable.
That's what I was asking for. It's searchable, baby.
It's Demon Way. I don't know if Skull Warriors or Demon Ways have a searching
Only for sets.
I feel like they do. It might just be for sets, but for that. And you got water. If Water Searcher wasn't limited to just monsters, oh baby, you know where I'm going with this bad boy. Oh, it's just, yes, it's generic. You can use this in all the decks, but come on, are you gonna play it outside of water? Let's be real.
I'm gonna try it in ninjas just for
And I will
dankness.
smack you up. Yeah, it's that simple. You know? Again, this is gonna be another pretty up there in price card. It's a double rare. I feel it's gonna be expensive.
No, Victory End, you're pretty much right on time. We got one or two more cards to talk about for Katana World, then we're moving on to Hero World.
Hey.
Are you ready for my next one?
No, we just have to relish in the fact that water got so
Dalton doesn't want to do anything else for the live stream. He just wants to talk about the.
Hey. That was unprofessional. I am sorry. What's your next card?
My next card. Oh, it's an easy name. Ritual Hojoki.
I thought you said it was easy.
I mean,
Hojoki?
comparatively. Hojoki. You may only cast this card if you have an Electrodeity on your field. Pay a gauge. Draw 2 cards. Then, if you have an Electrodeity item with Soul, draw another card. Hey.
That's not a counter, right?
No.
Stopped paying attention.
No. God, no. Counter, pay a gauge, draw 3 cards. Sure, why not? In a world that has good gauge Excel. Sure, let's go with that.
Actually, I didn't even really look at this because doesn't Katana World get good life gain in this too?
A bit. I mean, certainly better than what they've had in the past, but still not.
And it was the one thing Katana World could not do was gain life.
It is a better nice one. Let's just be frank on that.
Do you mean to say it's a nicer one?
Nicest.
That would have to be 4 cards.
Can we get a nice one retrain, Bushi? Do you have any other Continental World cards?
Yeah, I only want to kind of stick to 2-ish in kind of each for myself, not overdo it.
Hero World time?
I think so.
It's hero time.
And I think you should start this off.
Oh, I should start this off?
Yes.
I was not prepared to start this off, but I will. As soon as I pull it back up. Yes, nicest one needs to be a thing now. Thank you. Someone agrees with me. Makes me happy. Superhero, I gotta pull up the set still. All right. What card should I talk about? I did not plan my hero cards.
All right, fine. I'll start us off.
Oh, he's gonna start us off. Save us a minute of me.
Shadow Hero Zilban. Size 1 Dark Hero. Oh, yes. Dark Hero support, baby. 6/1/1. When this card enters the field, if you have another Dark Hero on your field, destroy one of your opponent's spells. I'd say that's pretty decent. Can't argue with spell destruction. At the end of the battle, this card attacked. Jeez, I read that so backwards. If you are equipped with a Dark Hero item, you may return this card to your hand, and if you do, put the top card of your deck into the gauge and draw a card. Wait. Swartz SD is being taken out of the deck? That's what I hear.
I'm glad that someone caught my reference to Ben 10. This episode has been a success now. Thank you.
Actually, I don't even think I was paying attention to when you ever mentioned something with Ben 10. What was it?
I said it's hero time.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyways,
Always alien.
tell us more about your Shadow Hero boy.
I just read off all of his effects.
Yeah, what do you think of him? How does he... I'm going to be your therapist now. How does he make you feel?
Makes me feel like I'm losing my SD. No more Swartz SD, baby. Which is fine, because instead of getting 2 gauge and discarding a card from hand, I'm just basically plussing. I'm getting a gauge and basically 2 cards to hand, which you can't argue with.
I can argue with it. Why
Argue
not
it
3?
then, right now.
Why not 3 cards in hand? I didn't say it would be a good argument. I just said it would be an argument. I am ready to talk about a card.
Then talk.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about, I mean,
Or should we make
Probably
it
the
easier for
craziest
you?
card, man.
Or should we make it easier for you?
What?
Should we just talk about the archetype that's got you going? Or later? Later. Okay.
I one more card I need to talk about first. We're going to talk about the flagship card of the set.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's nuts. What kind of nuts? Coconuts.
OTK nuts? Or put
Yes.
the lime in the coconut and shake it all
All
up?
of that. Galaxy Exalt Cosmoman, a.k.a. Christian's new favorite card.
You mean Ultraman?
Yes, I do mean Ultraman. So how would you feel if I told you that for just 2 gauge,
Yeah.
you could get a 10,000 power 2 crit card that's not 2 crit, that is actually 5 crit with double attack and 7,000 defense for your opponent's next turn?
Good job, Captain. But are you going second or first in this case scenario?
Which would you prefer? Second, maybe? So you can
Sec-
OTK? He's a 1-card OTK if you do it right, and your opponent has no
Talking
nullifies.
about? All you have to do is open him and you're set. You don't even have to charge and draw. You can be like, draw. Okay, call. Swing, swing.
He's nuts, and he's got great support, too. He's going to be really interesting to play with/against over the coming months. But yeah, so I'll read the full text just so, people know what I'm really talking about. 10,000 power, 2 critical, 8,000 defense, pay 3 gauge or pay 2 gauge to transform into him, which you're pretty much always going to, unless you're really opening the nuts and you have 5 gauge to play 2 of them on board. When this card enters the field or you transform into this card, put the top 3 cards of your deck into its soul. This card gets plus 1,000 defense and plus 1,000 critical for each card in its soul. Oh boy. With double attack soul guard. And what's the restriction to him? What makes him fair? At the end of your turn, return this card to hand. So you just activate soul guard once, and he stays.
I'm looking for my next
Oh, okay. So that card's crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting, but because he does lose out hard to resting cards. But what do you guys think?
So,
Otherwise,
jeez, you can just swing with
the
5?
game's dead. What do you guys think? Is he as crazy as I think he is? Stalling out for Dalton, so he can pick his card.
I can't remember what my card was. I could have swore it was a counter game gauge, but I can't remember.
Pick something new. So I'm
It's
gonna.
hero time?
What's that card do?
It's hero time.
Is that a card now?
It is a card. You can only cast this if you have an item equipped. Pay a life. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. And put any card from among them into your hand. And put the rest into your gauge. You can only cast its hero time once per turn. So in a sense, it's a weaker hyper energy. But you can draw whatever you need.
Too good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right. So at this point, I think we should move on from our normal format and instead of talking about cards, talk about archetypes. Is that fair? So I will talk about the archetype I'm most interested in, and you'll talk about the other one. How's that sound? I love battle buildings.
Hey, guess what?
What?
You're only
What?
aware of this because I made the connection to another deck that you
Yeah.
have that I started.
So let's be frank on this. Battle buildings are a straight up retrain for ride changers.
You don't sigh.
And they're a retrain that utilizes set spells, my favorite mechanic in Buddyfight.
Oh, it's not like you have a set spell that's your daddy or anything.
Go back and watch our Gargantua Awakened review if you have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, but they're really fun. So if you don't know, the way they work is they're set spells that you can counter to change into their big boy form.
From drop in hand, correct?
Yeah. They're spicy. And Ibo Academy is one of them.
Yeah.
That's all you need, man.
And I have to point out a card just because it's potentially going to create a deck that I've been slowly building up to that I don't have all the cards for. Martian UFO Super Transformation Takosuke Omega. Whew, that was a mouthful. 6/2/4 size 2. Call cost, pay a gauge. This card on the field cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Nice. Act if you are right into a battle building. Put the top 3 cards of your deck into the drop zone and put up to 1 size 3 or greater monster and up to 1 spell from among them into your hand. You can only activate this.
Good battle building support, but that's
Double
not
attack,
what you care
ride,
about.
pay a gauge.
So it's good battle building support,
Yes.
but that's not what you care about.
I care about the Takosuke. But the scarier thing, you can run this in every Hero World deck that has a size 3. Somewhere in there mixed in, maybe it's a boss card or not. You can run this in Cosmoman.
Plays it in droids.
Play it in droids. Mask Advantage isn't a size 3, is he? I can't remember off the top of my head. Chat, Mask Advantage, size 3 or no?
Point is, he's got some plays, huh?
Got plays.
He's got plays for days.
And even if you can't get the size 3, you're basically able to draw any spell that you want.
It's a cool card. Well, what about the other new archetype being introduced? That's not Cosmoman's deck and isn't battle buildings.
Are you talking about Sky Machine Corpse?
Core.
Corpse?
Core, right? It's pronounced core, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm always confused by that.
I always failed English. I find it really interesting, especially since back in the day, before this was even revealed, I was kind of looking back at one of your guys' blogs and how you had a weapon-based monsters type of deck, and lo and behold, Bushi basically said, copy-paste, we'll take that from you.
Tachyon World. Done.
Heck yeah. Which is really cool. And it's like, I really do want to know what the whole weapon link thing really is, because it doesn't really specify anything about that. It just says weapon linked. That's cool. What does that mean? There's no card that specifies it does something with weapon link. But still, it's neat. And it's probably going to be the first major censoring in Bushiroad history. I'm talking about the SP. If we could throw it up there.
Where do they put the weapons?
They hold them.
But when they're not holding. And never mind. So can we address the elephant in the room with them?
What's that?
They're waifus.
This, sir, is correct.
And they're the most waifu-y deck we've ever gotten in Buddy Fight. They're like, what, superheroines are kind of waifu-y? Nah, you ain't seen anything.
Is that there? Is that there?
Not focused well, but I mean, you can just tell by colors, man.
There it is. There it is.
That's really
Is
creepy.
that going to get censored? Who knows?
Is it going to be censored? It probably should be.
But if it doesn't, that means...
That looks like a 12-year-old girl, man.
I wasn't trying to point out the fact that I was a 12-year-old. Yeah. But you want to talk about some of the legacy support? And by legacy support, I mean like the one legacy support card. Maybe? No?
Do whatever you want, man.
Do whatever I want. Well, I'm not Christian, so I don't care enough about the card. It's a cool thing. It's interesting. Might be expensive. I swear there was... Oh, no, I'm thinking of an older card that's become stupid expensive now, too.
The
Right. Brave Machine Hanger.
Brave Machine.
It's going to become expensive again.
Battle buildings. Luckily,
Battle
I have
building.
a couple copies already. Oof. So, all right. Is that every individual?
Wait. The most outlandish thing. It's not because we like it. It's not because it's good. Well, it's a good card, but it's in the worst archetype ever. Jacob, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Don't know what I'm talking
What are we talking about? I'm confused. Oh, I do know what we're talking about.
Cardians.
Dumbass Cardians.
Cardians secret base. Why?
Dalton and I universally agree that Cardians are stupid.
This could have been a Guy Grander card. Guy Grander, baby.
Sorry if you're a big Kamen Rider fan or whatever, but like,
I'm a Kamen Rider fan, but I think this archetype sucks.
we're gonna have players that are just gonna hate us now.
I'm sorry. It's the truth. Like when they initially came out and Guy Grander didn't have all of its support that it has now.
Also,
They were
Super
clearly
Saiyan A says that Dalton is rocking the beard. How do you feel about that?
You know, I've been trying this thing out, and I'm glad it's working. You know, I'm not gonna show the other side because the other side's a little bit more sketchy than this side. This is the good side. But
I'm happy going on quote saying that Cardians are stupid.
like, if this would have came out when they initially came out, it would have been so much better. Cardians might have been still played because I haven't seen a Cardian deck played since our good friend you was playing them. But then,
On our
Guy Grander's-
channel, even.
yeah, and then Cardians got better support. Yeah, not Cardians, Guy Granders, the better one. Because if you really think about it, they're both the exact same thing. They're both based off the same thing, in my opinion. I don't see how else it could be different. I can't think of any other superhero type show.
Deck's still dumb, even if it can do some fun things on occasion. Deck is still dumb. Playstyle sucks.
It's not that the playstyle sucks. It's just too inconsistent in my eyes. Where I can sit there and basically, if I have the gauge with Guy Granders, and you're dead. Is that cool? Cool.
Mega Man's best deck.
And they didn't get any more support.
No.
I think, right?
No, it's weird. They gave Satsuki more support, but
Which was
not
we
the-
already knew was coming.
Yeah, but
We knew
not
that
the
was coming.
other archetype introduced in X. I would have loved to see some more computer support.
I know Christian would have.
Oh, big time, big time, big time. All right, so is
And
that
droids didn't get. Okay, I'm getting it
there are so many Hero World archetypes. Ugh. So I think that's every card we directly want to point out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave what you think are the best cards out of both of these sets in the chat, or if you're watching this later, in the comment section down below. We want to know.
Or on our Discord.
Definitely in our Discord. You should join that. Description down below as well. Follow us on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Demolish that like button, man. Transform that like button into a blue like button. Because we all know it's great when you start. Anything else from you, Jacob?
Yeah. Are you guys joining us live? Like, man, we want to keep talking, hanging out. Well, guess what? We got news for you.
We got more live streams, baby.
Today's our live stream marathon. So we are doing a triple live stream. We will be back with another live stream in like 10, 20 minutes for you guys to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about?
We haven't decided that.
No, we've got two different topics. We haven't picked which of the two we're going to cover next.
Yeah, we haven't. But
Well, I
think
guess
that's-
you'll find out in a couple minutes.
Exactly. So, above all else, stay classy, y'all.
Thanks for listening to TCG Buzz. New episodes can be found on tcgbuzz.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For box openings, deck profiles, and more, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.